I believe the tariff on copper, we're going to make it 50%. If they have to bring the pharmaceuticals into the country, the drugs and other things into the country, they're going to be tariffed at a very, very high rate, like 200%.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced sweeping new tariffs that could have major implications for Indian exporters. In a sharp escalation of his trade policy, Trump imposed a 50% tariff on copper imports, following similar duties previously levied on steel and aluminium.
Ones we did steel, as you know, they're 50%. We did aluminum, 50%. Lumber just came out.
And that's copper.
And we did cars. And now, today we're doing copper.
Copper and lumber. What would that tariff be on? The section tariff?
I believe the tariff on copper, we're going to make it 50%.
50%.
The move carries significant consequences for India. In 2024 to 25, India exported $2 billion worth of copper products globally, with the United States accounting for $360 million, or 17% of that figure. The U.S. is India's third largest copper export destination, after Saudi Arabia at 26% and China at 18%. But copper is a critical mineral, widely used in infrastructure, energy, and electronics. Experts believe that if demand from the U.S. falls, India's domestic industry could absorb much of the supply without long-term damage. But the biggest shock came from his warning on pharmaceuticals. Trump said that tariffs on imported medicines could rise to 200%.
And we'll be announcing something very soon on pharmaceuticals. We're going to give people about a year and a half to come in, and after that they're going to be tariffed if they have to bring the pharmaceuticals into the country, the drugs and other things into the country. They're going to be tariffed at a very, very high rate, like 200%. We'll give them a certain period of time to get their act together. But they were all here, now they all left. They went to other places because we allowed, people that sat in this room allowed it to happen. And I don't allow it to happen. The people in this room don't allow it to happen. So we're going to be announcing pharmaceuticals, chips, and various couple of other things.
The U.S. remains India's largest market for drug exports. India exported $9.8 billion worth of pharmaceuticals to the U.S. in FY25, a sharp rise of 21% from the previous year. These exports now make up 40% of India's total pharmaceutical shipments. A 200% tariff could hit Indian generics hard. Indian pharmaceutical companies are key to supplying low-cost medicines to the American healthcare system, particularly in areas like diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Analysts warn that if the tariff is implemented, it could disrupt supply chains, raise drug costs for American consumers, and undermine access to affordable medication. While no specific timeline has been given for the proposed medicine tariffs beyond the year-long grace period, uncertainty now looms large over Indian pharma exports, which are tightly linked to U.S. demand. As Trump continues to tighten trade restrictions, the coming months could be decisive for two of India's most valuable export sectors.